Hoi there, it's Skyward Shield. Welcome to a new non-Smite video. This is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And I know I said I wouldn't be doing playthroughs anymore, but in honor of Rogue One and then the eventual Star Wars Episode 8, I'd like to take people on a bit of a journey through what I consider to be one of the best games I have ever played. People have praised this game, and if you watch IGN, they actually played a bit of this for their channel. And I haven't watched it, I should, but this game, before Persona 4, as you know, Persona 4 Golden is one of my favorite games. It's of all time. But before that, there was this, because this was one of the best RPGs I ever played back when I was in junior high. Back when I had my first old PC. It couldn't run much, but what it could run, a bit glitchy, but to me that was because I had a bad scratched up disc. It could run Knights of the Old Republic, and this game, especially at the time, and I think it's aged well in terms of its storytelling. If you want to see a game and how to do storytelling right, BioWare has always had that for a while. I mean, I think they're slipping up, but that's the EA curse for you. I think it's only fitting that I play this game, because the two games I wanted to play were Persona 4 and Star Wars KOTOR on my channel. There was Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. That's also one of my favorite Star Wars games. I don't know if I'll play it, because as much as I love the story, I prefer the multiplayer so much. I think it's so much more fun. The combat with the lightsaber is the best thing about Jedi Outcast. Now this one's more of a Jedi, or like Star Wars mixed with Dungeons and Dragons in terms of how the hits apply, how much damage and all that. It's very RNG. So I think it fits well. But anyway, let's get started. You can choose between a scoundrel, scout, or a soldier for both male and female classes. I'm gonna be a male scout. Make the character from the ground up. If you're just trying to speed through it and not care, go ahead, build a quick character. Let's see. There we go. That's the guy we're going to go with. That's the face. Attributes, basically, they can apply bonuses or penalties depending how much points you have on them. Now we've got 12 on each. I'm going to put more towards, like after a point it's going to require 2 points to get them beyond. I'm going to work on wisdom, charisma, there we go. Basically I'm going for a hard to hit and with a lot of force power. Literal force power, but yeah. Skills, these are used sometimes in and outside of battle. For example, computer use is basically hacking, how you heal yourself during and outside of battle. I'm going to put a point on everything except security. And as you may have noticed, some cost 2 and some cost 1. That's based on what you are. Some classes can make are better at things. For example, like I said, how I'm good at hacking, but I suck at security, or opening a door, which you would think a scout could do that, but no. But if I were a scoundrel, I could have really good security skills. But, as well as good persuasion. I'm not worried about persuasion for now, although I will put 2 points in it. You'll understand why soon enough. I only need 1 stealth point for one reason alone. It'll be good right there. What else would I like? Put another into computer and repair. Yeah, this'll work. Feats, these are just skills that are used in and out of battle as well, but there are a lot of combat heavy things here. Depending on your class, you're gonna get free skills. So in my case, one of the exclusives that a scout will get on his own is implants, I believe, whereas like the soldier will get heavy armor from the get-go. Of course, you always get access to use blaster pistols, rifles, and melee weapons. Now what I want eventually is 2-weapon fighting. It's basically double you can use a double-bladed weapon or just 2 separate swords or lightsabers, but if you use them without this skill, you actually get a penalty. But what this will do is it'll actually reduce the penalty more. Anyway, so for now, I want critical strike. There are some skills that help outside of battle, like empathy, gearhead, But yeah, we're just gonna go with Critical Strike for now. Next to my name, I normally would put my full name, but in this case, I'm just gonna put my first name. I already know some people who know my full name, and let's just keep it a bit of a secret. Not really, but whatever. Anyway, one thing to note before I jump into this. Some cutscenes are going to be missing, especially the cinematic ones and the opening credits. Because when I hit this play button, I'm going straight to the combat. I will be trying to compensate for that. I'm going to go get footage. I'm going to use other footage from... I'm going to use footage for the credits. I'm going to have to change the song, though, because it plays the traditional opening credit thing for that every Star Wars movie that, you know, that thing. That, I'm probably going to replace it with, like, Super Star Wars version of it, because that's 16-bit, and I won't get hit by copyright. I do not want to get hit by copyright from Disney. Disney will destroy my channel, and I do not want that. I love my custom thumbnail, and, I love my ability to use custom thumbnails as well as the ability to go beyond 15 minutes. So let's keep it at that. Wouldn't you agree? Of course, any other missing cutscenes I will try to add in to the game as well. So yeah. Just letting you know about that. So the quality may change. Just keeping that in mind. And with that said, let's get started. Knights of the Old Republic. 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verges on collapse. Darth Malak, last surviving apprentice of the Dark Lord Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Crushing all resistance, Malak's war of conquest has left the Jedi Order scattered and vulnerable as countless knights fall in battle, and many more swear allegiance to the new Sith Master. In the skies above the Outer Rim world of Taris, a Jedi battle fleet emerges the forces of Darth Malak in a desperate effort to halt the Sith's galactic domination.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Who are you?
I'm Trask Olgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite ships. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You've visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier. But Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we have open this. We get all this free stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I had to mess with the settings of it because my game would crash whenever we get to the gameplay for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, let me explain a few things before we continue. Let me just equip all this stuff. Clothing, cardio package. This will boost our health because we have these. We have a free implant skill because we were a scout. I'm gonna equip a short sword, stealth field generator. That'll do. That's everything we got. But let me explain some things. I'm not gonna be talking during their conversations. I will only talk either to say my option, which since this is me, I'm gonna talk as a little bit normally, or a little bit of a character, but a little bit normal me. But I'm not gonna be talking while there's over them as best as I can, and I will just speak whenever I have a dialogue option before me. I'll explain some things and all that as well, but yeah. I like to take this playthrough a little more seriously, even more so than Persona, because this game means a lot to me, and I think it's a good experience. One thing I should note, if you're planning on getting this game, go ahead. It's pretty cheap on Steam right now, actually. But if you're planning to get it, do not look up anything about it. I'm not saying look up other playthroughs or whatever, and I know it sounds like, oh yeah, watch only me. If you need help that is spoiler-free, I'll be glad to offer any advice. But for God's sakes, don't look up anything of this game. The story is so great. It will ruin a lot of the experience if you find out for yourself what happens. This is a wonderful journey of a game, and I highly recommend that you don't look up any spoiler stuff. I'll be glad to help you with combat stuff as best as I can, but this is all RNG as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, just letting you know. Let me check, make sure the sounds are all good. Yes, everything's okay. So yeah, let's continue.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Got it. So Trask has joined the party.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know. Using that to switch over.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
Party leader again.
This is Carthel Nassi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Well, and by the way, yes, that is what droids look like 4,000 years ago. I'll explain more about the timeline for Star Wars before, you know, the retcon happened. Later.
And that door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it. But switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Okay. Did not last that long.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Let's go in here. Oh, and I have a special skill for critical strike, yes, but don't spam them. If you keep spamming them, they actually lower your stats a bit, and that poor droid didn't stand a chance. Also, whenever you switch to close quarters combat, these guys will have melee weapons.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Okay. So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, we have healing. I don't need it though. I'm good. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You don't want to spam your skills. You want to add in some regular attacks here and there to let your strikes go or your attacks come back. I'll explain a little more here. Let me show you critical strike and flurry, for example. Critical strike. This feat doubles the critical threat range of melee attacks. If the attack hits, the target is also stunned for 6 seconds unless they have a. I'll just put it in simple terms. Unless they have a high enough fortitude, they have a they won't get stunned. However, it will lower your defense by 5 when you use it. So keep that in mind. That's why I like to have a high defense, so that way it doesn't really make me die as quick. So keep that in mind. Of course, then look, there's Flurry. You make extra melee attacks during the round. You lose 4 defense and for 3 seconds. There will also be a -4 penalty to all attacks that round. So keep in mind, yes, you have these skills, just don't spam them, because using Flurry a few times just makes it harder to hit your enemy. Look at that, dodge that shit so casually. Oh, I still got hit. Longsword combat suit, I like that. Let's put that on right now. Oh, that's right, we can't equip it because it still says I'm in combat. I won't put on the other weapon, the short sword, yet until I have at least the dual wield skill, so I can just have little penalty. Frag grenade, want that. We'll see how I mean, I don't think I need to explain how grenades work. Those with high demolition skills should use it. It's also a great way to open. Just make sure you throw it at ranged attackers, because if they're moving, it's stuck. I mean, it won't hurt them if they're out of the range. Okay, let me equip the combat suit. Of course, this is a playthrough. I'm not going to be 100%ing the game. I will try. I've never 100%ed this game, and quite frankly, I don't think I'll be able to. Sometimes, to 100% this, you got to do it twice. There's a light side version and a dark side version. I will explain the light-dark mechanic for this game at a later point when it becomes a little more relevant. And that guy is double-bladed, so he didn't stand a chance. I really want their swords. Yeah, the Sith don't care about anybody. Okay, can we get it down the middle? I love that. There's another one. Wait, no. Use a flurry instead. I'm getting hit in the back. I mean, you think, oh, just impale me from the back and that's it. No. Oh, that's right. Sometimes enemies will have their own med packs, so... I don't know if you could pick them up, though. If you kill them before they use theirs. Well, let's go pick up some stuff. I'm definitely going to want to use a med pack right about now. I have to mess with the visual settings because like I'm using a windowed version. Maybe I should full screen it. I'll probably full screen it in a minute. Like, poor droid didn't stand a chance. I like these little droids. They're all nice. I feel bad when one of them gets killed. A lot of them die here. Oh well. Look at all these bodies. Oh, I hear a certain iconic sound. Wonder what's inside.
It's a Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
That's too bad. Well, Flurry sucks, but let's try it anyway. Aw, I was hoping for a one-shot. This is my third attempt at recording this. I've had some issues with dexterity, so I switched to fraps. So that might explain the little difference in quality. But I'll try to make it as good as I can for you guys. Med pack. Another med pack. What do you got? Adrenal strength. Vibration cell. Adrenal systems will boost your stats temporarily, so use them when you know a fight's coming up. I would save these for boss fights, but it's up to you whenever you think you need them. I don't know, let's get going. Alright, we're at the bridge, but I don't see Carth anywhere. And they'll die. Free EXP for me. Also, you see the golden L right there. You'll understand what I have. Oh, come on, dude. You just got to impale him from the back.
Bastila is not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way, too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
That's too true. Make sure I didn't miss anything over here. No, we're good. Little backpack you might miss here. Pistol, don't need that. I know someone who might, though. Some credits. Repair kit. The repair kits are useless right now. They will have a use later on, though. Don't worry about that. I have to level up here, but what I'm gonna we'll say 6 out of 9, but what I like to do, some people like to do this too, is they like to hold their level ups as long as they can. Why? Because, well, you gotta trust RNG, but if you're ever in a situation where you're about to, like, you're low on HP, you're low on force points, because you can't restore your force powers until you're outside of combat. So what you start is what you're stuck with, basically. So that means you gotta use them wisely, use them when needed, and so what people will do is they'll hold these back for their characters, and it's like, okay, they're about to die, I could save them. I could just get a get out of jail free card with just leveling them up, because you'll boost their stats with whatever you want, and then it'll restore all their HP and all their force points when they have them. We've got 4 skill points to use. I'm gonna tack some on to treat injury, repair. That's good. We'll make do with that. I don't want this yet. I'm gonna go with empathy for right now, so I can get free persuade point for now. It's gonna be a little tough because I'm not gonna boost my persuasion any more than now. So getting this will be a free 1 extra point that doesn't actually count, if that makes sense. Because I was contemplating this in Gearhead, but I'll get Gearhead for later when it starts to have a little more importance. Those extra points can mean a lot because when it's all a roll basically. So what you want to do is you have some extra stuff like that, it'll boost your odds just a little bit, but it could be the difference. Because sometimes you can restart a conversation, just keep trying until the persuasion works, but other times you might have a one shot at it, so you have to make it work, so having that extra bit might make the difference. Anyway, let's go on.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Remember that face. Goodbye, Trask. And then they all died. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. It's nice knowing you for like 5 minutes, but let's get out of here. Bye.